Okay, throw it at me, Lucy. Let's do this.
Okay, so what is your favorite venue you have played at?
My favorite venue I've played at? Oh man, that's really hard. There's so many cool venues out there right now. Let me think. My favorite venue. That's so hard. How do I answer that? I mean, this venue's pretty cool. This is the Paper Tiger. It's good. But my very favorite venue I ever played probably was in New Zealand. I was lucky enough to tour there with the band, and I wish I could tell you the name of it. I want to say, damn, I can't remember the name of it right now. But it was sold out. We're in across 22 hours away from our home on flights, and it was pretty much the wildest party I'd ever been to. So that's the best I could do for you. Right?
What's the band people should check out other than you?
Oh my goodness, what's the band? Well, I like Icon for Hire right now. We're rolling with them. They're real cool. Nova Twins, they're real cool right now. They're out of UK. Do you know them? You do? Yeah, they're good ones. Check out that. Check out Wargasm. I like Wargasm right now. They're cool ones.
What's your guilty pleasure?
What's my what?
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure.
What's my guilty pleasure? Okay, well, I drive for the band. So we've got our own little bus and we work pretty good, but I do a lot of the driving. My guilty pleasure is when I wake up in the morning and I gotta drive. We're usually at a truck stop and I try to get those tornadoes, you know, those really bad, they're fried and they spin all night on this thing and they're really, really hard to bite into. I eat 2 or 3 of those for breakfast every morning. That's my guilty pleasure right now.
Do you prefer smaller venues or big festivals?
I like smaller venues more than bigger festivals. I love playing big festivals. I mean, it's dope when you see a ton of people, but I don't feel as close to them. And when you're in a small venue, I feel awesome when I'm close to people. Yeah.
Best prank from a tour.
Best what?
Prank on tour.
Prank.
Best prank on tour. Well, okay. Well, when we were out on tour with the Butcher Babies, they were probably the best pranksters to us. We were touring on the same tour bus, and we got to know each other really well. And I fell in love with, even though the song had been out for years, I was listening to Apple Bottom Jeans. You remember that hip hop song, Apple Bottom Jeans, boots with the fur? You might not know it, but some people know it. Anyways, I was playing it a lot, like every day on tour. We just hit it somewhere and I dance and listen to it loud on the tour bus, and they dealt with me well. On the very last night, halfway through one of our songs, all our sound cut out and Apple Bottom Jeans came in really loud and we were all stuck with nothing working, and the Butchers just stood back there with their arms up. And that was probably the best tour prank that I've ever had on.
If you could have any superheroes, fashion villain, power, who would you?
If I had any superpower?
Yeah,
Yep.
all villains.
My superpower. Invisibility. Invisibility gives you like, from who?
Yeah.
Like from a person? Like I gotta steal it? Like I gotta steal it from a superhero?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
All villains.
I mean, is there a supervillain that is invisible? Well, I'll tell you this. There's Invisible Girl in Fantastic Four, and that's still the best power. Think about it. You can rob banks. You can see people naked. You can do all this weird shit.
Wait, I should not. That's my guilty pleasure.
That's really strange. I shouldn't have said it that way. I'm just saying you can rob banks. You can do some really weird shit if you're invisible. No? Did you just say that's my guilty pleasure? You freak. Man, this has gotten weird.
What's your favorite food?
Did you hear her? That's crazy. First thing, I shouldn't have said what I did. Second thing, she drops a really good joke like that. That's pretty good. Anyway.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food right now, it's the same. It's tornadoes in the morning. Every morning I eat it. Right now I'm on a diet of tornadoes in the morning, salad in the afternoon, and beer all night long.
You'll get there.
Yeah, you're way too young for that.
A strangest thing you've been asked to autograph?
The strangest thing we've been asked to autograph. Butts, I guess. Autograph some butts.
I've had mine signed before.
People have signed, yeah, that's the strangest thing, I guess. Body parts, just in general. People, yeah, that happens, you know. Feet is strange. Especially if they've been wearing their shoes all day.
What band do you want to see live?
What band do I want to see? All right, I'm really bummed about. So Sky and I bought tickets to Rage Against the Machine 2 years ago before pandemic hit. We were so stoked. It's like our favorite band, and we paid an obscene amount of money for these tickets, like obscene amount of money because it had sold out so fast. And we live in Toronto, and we couldn't even get tickets in Toronto. We bought tickets for Chicago, and it was a small like mortgage payment practically. It was so bad. So I want to see Rage really bad. And what really sucks is they kept postponing because of pandemic, and the show that we bought tickets for got postponed 3 times, and they just played 3 days ago on the tickets that we were supposed to do, or 5 days ago, and we didn't get to see the show, and I don't even think we're getting our money back on that one. That sucks. Rage Against the Machine. I'd love to see them live.
Who would win in a fight between Bruce Lee and
Bruce Lee and Muhammad Ali?
Yeah.
Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's got that hands down. That guy's ridiculous. He's got too many moves for Muhammad. Muhammad's awesome. I mean, he's got his shit. That guy can float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, but I mean, Lee's a pretty scary man when it comes to that stuff.
Mustard or ketchup? Which one do you like better?
Mustard is less calories.
Agreed.
For this body, I go with mustard.
Alright, so the most important question and the last question. Which one is better, crunchy peanut butter or creamy peanut butter?
Creamy peanut butter,
Ha!
100%.
You're still losing.
You know what happens with crunchy? Crunchy hurts your mouth sometimes. You're starting to eat it and you're like, oh, this is really good. And then you bite in wrong and you get like a piece of peanut that hits the top of your rib and you're like, oh, duh. And it really hurts. So I stay with the creamy stuff, yo.
Well, that is it. There's no more questions.
You got no more questions?
No.
Well, thank you so much for having me on your little interview. I appreciate it. It got really weird with the naked question and you telling me it's my guilty pleasure. I wasn't thinking when I answered. All I thought about was what's the best superhero power. But besides from that, we're all good. Thank you so much. Pleasure.